So today we have a short video because somebody wants me to be ready last minute. I'm a little annoyed, but they basically told me 7:30 to 8 o'clock, still not here. Now they're like 8:15 and it's 8:13. So I said I need 5 minutes. So we're going to do Chovos halevovos, third treatise, third gate by Rabbeinu bacheya ibn pekuda, chapter 6 and 7. The obligation for increased service, this is chapter 6, the obligation for increased service depends on the 4 divisions of benefits bestowed on someone by Hashem. 1, the obligation for doing more service is the universal kindness to all human beings. 2, nation-specific blessings. 3, family-specific blessings. And 4, individual-specific blessings. Because when Hashem increases one's good fortune, the obligation to Hashem also increases. For example, tithing. If you make more money, 10% is more of that higher amount. We are not punished for what we're not able to do. Like if we're disabled and we can't go do the pilgrimage, the Shalosh Regalim 3 times a year. If we have added blessings, we're held to a higher regard and we will be held and fall to a more strict account. The ancient saints said, were even worried that when they got extra blessings, they feared, 1, maybe they would fall short in their gratitude service and then be punished, or 2, maybe their extra blessings were actually coming from their future reward in the world to come, and they were like, I don't want this now, I want it later when I really will need it, or really will want it and be able to enjoy it. The soul, which we call, one of the versions of the soul is called the nefesh, it's like the vital soul, admits that even though I want to fulfill the service of gratitude before I've even completed forming my resolution, the hope of a future reward enters my thoughts, and while thanking him with my words, my thoughts and intent is already the wish that my reward may be continued and increased. I'm not one who renounces expectation of continued increase and reward. So our understanding and our intellect then gives guidance. Well, there's 3 reasons for the ungrateful or the non-devoted hypocrisy and their solutions. A, the excessive self-love spoken about, it was earlier in the chapters, that manifests as a singular motivation for enjoyment. This must be addressed by keeping far from the love of pleasure and power. This is like a spiritual surgery. B, taking too much responsibility for God's providing of the goodness, and we must address this by recognizing Hashem does good for us only out of Hashem's kindness and not because of anything we did. We don't earn it. 3, C, well, it doesn't say because we don't earn it, but not because anything we did. C, lack of self-knowledge and lack of awareness of proper conduct. This must be addressed by recognizing that Hashem does not need any favors from us and knows better than even we do what's actually good for us. Chapter 7, the minimum godly service of a person to 1, discharge a duty, and 2, to continue this divine bounty is 1, don't use the bounty to rebel against Hashem. 2, verbally declare and thank Hashem's praise and praise Hashem's bounty always. 3, the bounty should not be seen as small or insignificant. 4, the bounty should not be ascribed to anyone else, an intermediary. 5, should not pride himself to think it's his strength or wisdom. 6, he should not think it's his strivings that secure the bounty, and that if he neglects it, that it will stop. 7, he shouldn't think he's better than others according to God because he's got the bounty. Maybe it's a test. 8, if he can't become even more humble and thankful, he should at least maintain his piousness, devotional practices that got him there. At least maintain. 9, he should notice those who have less materially and those who have more when it comes to zealousness for Hashem. Basically, those who are poor in material and those who are richer in the spiritual zealousness. And 10, he shouldn't be tempted to think he's safe to rebel against Hashem just because Hashem controls his anger and overlooks his sins. And finally, if someone does their part and still loses the continuance of a good portion or a bounty, it'll be either to erase some previous sin or to bestow upon him a greater, more precious reward in the life hereafter. So we shouldn't be afraid when life seems like we're not getting good. And we should remember we have an obligation to continue to serve Hashem for the good we get, and anyway, regardless, as a duty. It's our duty. Okay, that's all for today. All the best. Bye.